Okay, so picture this. Christmas Eve, 1914. And it's the Western Front.
Yeah, a truly bleak landscape.
Yeah.
You know, mud, barbed wire everywhere, freezing cold.
And that silence, but it's not really silent, is it? There's always that hum of war in the distance, maybe a rifle shot now and then.
Exactly, just this grim, grinding reality.
But right there, in that setting, something genuinely extraordinary happens, something that really makes you stop and think. How can these moments of peace, real peace, just appear, especially when everything seems set on conflict?
And that specific moment, that's what we're diving into today. It's the Christmas Truce of 1914.
Right.
It was this completely spontaneous thing, an unofficial ceasefire between soldiers on opposing sides.
Unofficial, yeah, nothing ordered.
Absolutely not. Which, you know, makes it one of the most incredible footnotes in military history, really. So our deep dive today is going to unpack how it all happened.
Looking at the events, step by step.
Exactly. And maybe what it tells us about people, you know, under that kind of immense pressure.
So our mission really is to pull out those details, the surprising bits from the sources that show this shared humanity, trying to understand what it meant for those soldiers right there in the trenches. And I guess why this story still resonates so much today.
It definitely does.
Okay, so where did it start? That night, Christmas Eve. The silence we mentioned.
Well, the first spark, according to many accounts, was music.
Music?
Yeah. From the German trenches, apparently, someone started singing Stille Nacht.
Silent Night. Wow.
Can you imagine that melody drifting across no man's land? It must have sounded, well, surreal.
A familiar song in the most alien, brutal place possible. So how did the other side react? The British.
That's the amazing part. They heard it, they paused, and then they started singing too. In English.
Joining in.
Two sides, enemies singing the same carol together across the battlefield. It was this immediate, unspoken connection.
More than just a pause in the fighting then.
Oh, definitely. It was like the first crack in the ice. It sort of set the stage for what happened on Christmas Day itself. It's fascinating, isn't it? How something as simple as a song.
A shared piece of culture.
Exactly. Could just cut through all the noise, the propaganda, the hatred.
So that singing, it kind of planted a seed. But the next morning, Christmas Day, that's when things really took off.
That's right. Christmas morning, no man's land is frosty, quiet.
And then this image. One German soldier climbs out of his trench.
Yeah.
Holding, is this right, a tiny Christmas tree?
Yes. Some accounts mention a small tree, maybe even with candles. A very brave, very deliberate act.
Incredibly brave.
Yeah.
What happened next? Did people panic? Shoot?
No, that's what's so remarkable. The response was human. A British soldier apparently went out to meet him, right there in the middle.
Just walked out.
Walked out. And then slowly others started to follow from both sides, edging out of the trenches.
Wow.
You had men who were enemies just hours before, now hesitantly shaking hands in no man's land.
Just men meeting men.
Exactly. It wasn't just courage, though. You have to think, maybe there was this deep shared weariness, a sort of silent agreement that the guy on the other side wasn't some monster.
Just another person stuck in the same nightmare.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And for a moment, that direct contact, it just bypassed all the official orders, the nationalism, everything.
So once that first contact was made, it gathered steam.
It really did. The sources paint this incredible picture. Soldiers started, exchanging things, small gifts.
Gifts like what?
Simple things, chocolate, cigarettes, maybe tunic buttons, badges.
Souvenirs, almost.
Yeah, and some accounts even mention soldiers showing each other photos. Photos of their families, their wives, children.
Oh, wow. That makes it incredibly personal.
Doesn't it? It's like no words were really needed for that, just smiles, maybe gestures. A universal language.
Highlighting that connection, breaking through the enemy label.
Absolutely. It speaks volumes about that basic human need for connection, right?
Yeah.
Even after everything they'd been through, the dehumanizing effect of war.
These weren't orders. These were just, individual choices.
Exactly. Tiny acts of recognition. Sharing a photo, it's like saying, look, I have a life beyond this trench too. A reminder of home.
That shared longing for normalcy.
Yeah. Treating these little tokens of home. It created this temporary, fragile bond.
It's incredible how quickly that barrier seemed to dissolve. But then there's a story you always hear, the most famous bit perhaps.
Yeah.
The football match.
Ah, yes. The football match.
Does that actually happen? It sounds almost too good to be true. Like something out of a movie.
Well, the sources are varied, but many mention it. It's become iconic, hasn't it?
But
You
yeah,
can almost, feel the cold air, hear the crunch of boots on the frozen mud, and then laughter.
laughter on the Western Front.
Yeah, it's utterly surreal. Men in muddy uniforms kicking around, well, whatever they used for a ball. Maybe a cap, maybe a bundled up ration tin.
Just playing a game.
Yeah.
Forgetting the war for a bit.
Forgetting they were supposed to be killing each other just hours before. It's such a stark contrast, isn't it? The sound of a game, of joy instead of shells and gunfire.
A moment of pure, unbelievable normalcy.
And maybe release, too. That human need to just play, even there.
But it couldn't last, obviously. That's the heartbreaking part.
No. As the day went on, everyone knew this truce, it was temporary. A bubble.
So as the sun started to set on Christmas Day,
The orders came down from both sides. Time to go back.
back to the trenches, back to the war.
The end was abrupt. Poignant, really.
All that connection just switched off again.
Switched off again. But, for that one day, they weren't really enemies. They were just people. Longing for peace, finding common ground.
It raises such a huge question, doesn't it?
It really does. What does it mean that they could just put aside those enemy labels, be human together, even for a few hours?
Knowing they'd be shooting at each other again soon.
It tells you something powerful about empathy, doesn't it? How strong it can be, even if it gets suppressed. And also maybe how strong the pressure of authority is, that it could just end it like that.
So the Christmas truce of 1914,
Yeah.
it really does stand out as this profound moment.
Absolutely. A moment of intense humanity in, well, the darkest of times.
The spontaneous flare-up of peace. It's become such an enduring symbol.
It has. And maybe as you think about this, the question to ask is, what lessons are really there for us in the Christmas truce?
What does it teach us?
Yeah, about that fundamental human need for connection, even when everything is pushing people apart. What does it say about shared humanity, that it could actually stop a war, even for a day?
And what does that imply about conflict itself?
Exactly. Big questions.
It really is a story that sticks with you, makes you think about those brief moments, those flashes of connection, and what they reveal about us, about our history, and maybe just human nature itself.